Mañana.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Judge Christy Ruppe. You're all here this morning for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested. As you appear before me today, you are considered not guilty of what you've been charged with, and that status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you were arrested on a warrant or a new charge. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine today whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pre-trial release which will be imposed upon you. You are entitled to have an attorney represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office for you this morning. You are also entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, or your counsel know where you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to get that phone call yet, please let me know. I'll make sure you get that phone call today. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Go ahead and put your hands down. As I call your name, please come forward to the podium. Carrie Bishop. Good morning, Ms. Bishop. Can I have your date of birth?
4/17/81.
Okay. You are here for a violation of probation out of Citrus County. There is no bond on that violation of probation right now. Citrus County will transfer you over there within the next few days. When you get there, you can ask for a public defender and ask for a bond. And at this time, we're just going to keep it no bond, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Elizabeth Boyd. Can I have your date of birth?
1/15/82.
Okay, you are here today for a violation of probation. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Did you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. Right now there's no bond on that violation of probation. We're going to keep it no bond until we get you back in front of your judge on August 21st at 9 o'clock, okay? Someone from the Public Defender's Office will reach out to you soon.
All right, thank you.
Susan Helbig. Can I have your date of birth?
8/5/62.
Okay, you are here today for possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and knowingly drive where your license is suspended or revoked. I did find probable cause for all three of those. Did you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. State for a record.
Sorry,
Can I ask you a question?
Did not find the one.
Sure.
If I switch to private attorney, I can do that instead of the public defender now?
Yes,
Okay.
you can do that at any time.
And Your Honor, as far as prior record, you're on disorderly in 97. 2001, we have a battery and a resist with violence. 2003, retail theft. 2005, fraudulent use of credit card. 2005, criminal use of personal identification. 2010, reckless driving. 2010, driving unregistered vehicle. DWLS. 2010, felony petty theft. 2012, and I think 2012 is the most recent.
Okay. All right, I'm address you in Hallcrest Ave in Spring Hill. Is that where you live? How long have you lived there?
8 to 10 years.
Do you have a job these days?
Pardon me?
Do you have a job?
No, I reside out here with my mother.
Okay. Is that what you do for work?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm going to keep the bond the same, $2,000, $1,000, and $500. I'm going to see you back to court on August 21st at 9 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
Lakeisha Norman. Can I have your date of birth?
7/13/1979.
You were here today for a grand theft. I found probable cause for your arrest. Did you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. Date?
Your Honor, can we just confirm the name, because on the NCIC I'm also showing a Lakeisha Gentry, but all the other the numbers are matching.
Did you have another last name at some point?
I'm sorry, ma'am?
Have you ever had another last name?
Yes, ma'am, I was married, so
What was
January 20th,
What was-
2017, I
what-
got married.
What was your last name?
Gentry.
Thank you.
Gentry.
Okay.
That is right. All right, so as far as criminal history, 2000 aggravated assault, 2000 battery domestic, aggravated battery in 2000, criminal mischief in 2000. We have a violation probation 2001. 2009, there is a failure to accept a traffic citation. And 2009 is the most recent I see here.
Okay. I have an address for you on Tansborough Street in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does April Barkley live there as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
But she was only, me and my husband had the deed to the house. She's not, we just invited her in our home. But there's a possible I can live in Tampa because I work in Tampa.
Okay. All right, I'm going to keep your bond at $2,000. We're going to see you back to court August 21st at 9 o'clock.
It was at 1,000 at first. It was 1,000.
Okay, I'm going to set it at 2,000. We're going to see you back to court August 21st at 9 o'clock. I'm going to order that you have no contact with April Barkley. Do not have any contact with her whatsoever, okay? Someone from the Public Defender's Office will reach out to you soon. Kayona Taylor? Can I have your date of birth?
03/21/1996.
Okay. You're here today for a principal to a burglary of a dwelling while armed. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Did you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. State?
Yeah, that's the only reportable history I see.
Okay. I have an address for you on Darby Lane in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
3 years.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
Labor.
Okay. All right, I'm going to set your bond at $2,000. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Anthony Miller. If you know who that is, do not have any contact with that person, and we'll see you back to court August 21st at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Ryan Askew. Can I have your date of birth?
4/10/86.
Okay. You are here today for a petty theft. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Did you want me to appoint the Public Defender's Office?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is your address in Tampa? You live in Tampa?
No, I live in Spring Hill. I'm homeless.
Oh, you're homeless. Okay. What's the address I have on here for Portofino Drive in Tampa? What's that address?
That was my last address that I had before coming out here. I came out here actually. I'm a student out here.
A student of what?
Cosmetology school.
Oh. You can use that, Charlie. Okay. Prior record.
No reportable history.
Okay. All right, we're going to set your bond at $100. I'm going to see you back to court on August 17th at 9 o'clock, okay?
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Jeremiah Olette? Can I have your date of birth?
5/23/1997.
You are here today for possession of marijuana and possession of paraphernalia. The bonds are currently $1,000 each. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you have the public
Yes.
defender on your open case?
I do. I have Jamie Kane, but he is leaving, so I have to get another public defender to stand in for him.
I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I'm going to keep the bonds on this case at $1,000 each. You have an open case 2018 CF1099. Those charges are possession of marijuana over 20 grams, spelling with Possession with the intent to sell, possession of paraphernalia, fleeing to elude a law enforcement officer, and reckless driving with damage to person or property. And I show here that you've been out on bond on that, and that your next court date is August 14th at 1:15. So what we're going to do is I'm going to revoke your bond on that case to 2018 CF 1099. So you're not going to leave jail, and we're going to see you back to court on both of these cases on August 14th at 1:15 back in front of Judge Mary, okay?
Okay.
Curtis Rogers? Mr. Rogers, can I have your date of birth?
10:78.
You're here today for possession of controlled substance and possession of marijuana. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office?
Yeah.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State.
Yes, ma'am. There's a little lengthy. The most recent 2017, there's failure to comply with the sex offender registration requirements. 2011, there is unlawful sexual activity with a minor. 2010, controlled substance possession. 2010, possession of alprazolam, possession of marijuana. 2007, probation violation. Underlying charge was DWLS. Fleeing to elude 2004. And that's as far back as I'm showing
Okay.
dispositions on.
All right, Mr. Rogers, I have an address here on California Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
3, 4 years.
You have a job?
Sometimes.
What kind of work do you do?
Fence.
I'm sorry?
Fence. One.
Fence work? Oh, okay. All right, I'm going to set your bond on number 1 at $4,000, bond on number 2 at $2,000. We'll see you back to court on August 21st at 9 o'clock. Edward Woods. Morning, Mr. Woods. Can I have your date of birth?
1794.
Okay, you were here this morning for carrying concealed firearm, domestic battery, and criminal mischief. I did find probable cause for each of these. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yeah.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. State, is there a prior record?
Yeah, I'm showing 2013, there's possession of marijuana. There's also failure to appear on the underlying charge. There's 2015, of driving while suspended. 2018, of petty theft.
We just had a petty theft this year. Is that case resolved?
That was a guilty of trial, Your Honor.
Yeah.
It was in circuit court. It was a lesser.
Okay. Is he on probation? Or?
No, ma'am. It was
Okay.
time served.
All right, I have an address here on Roper Road in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
All my life.
Okay. Sharia doesn't live there, right?
No.
Okay. All right, for the domestic battery, I'm going to set the bond at $5,000. Criminal mischief, I'll keep it $500. For the carrying concealed weapon, I'm going to set $5,000. We're going to see you back to court on the weapon charge on August 21st at 9 o'clock in the morning.
So, what's my total bond now?
Like I said, we're going to see you to court on August 21st at 9 o'clock in the morning on the carry concealed weapon charge. And then we'll see you to court on August 17th at 9 o'clock in the morning for the domestic battery and the criminal mischief. Your total bond right now is $10,500. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Sharina Willis. Do not have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email, do not have anyone else call, write, or email. Any way that you can imagine having contact with Miss Willis, I forbid you from doing so. If you have any contact with her while this case is pending, you could be charged with another crime and held without bond. Do you understand all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Alexander Smith? Can I have your date of birth?
1/15/89.
Okay, you are here today for a sale of methamphetamine within 1,000 feet of a church, possession of methamphetamine with intent to sell, unlawful use of a two-way communication device, and possession of paraphernalia. There's one count of each of those. Your total bond right now is $23,000. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Did you want the public defender's office to represent you?
No, I did the private counsel.
Okay, do you know who you're going to get?
Not yet.
Okay, state, prior record?
Yes, ma'am. It looks like he just got out of DOC from an armed trafficking in 2015 out of Pinellas County.
When?
I don't have his release date, but just the dates and the sentence, the 3-year sentence. It had to have been the beginning of this year.
Okay.
But as I said, that's armed trafficking for that. That was also with a possession of a firearm. There was also a failure to clear during the course of that. And then prior to that, we had there's driving license suspended, another possession. That is 2012. 2012, another possession of marijuana. And possession of cocaine, 2012. 2010, possession of cocaine, possession of marijuana. 2010, a grand theft. And 2008, possession of marijuana. And there's 2 of those, 2 possession of marijuana, 2008.
Okay. All right, Mr. Smith, I have an address for you on Marina Way in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
20 years.
20 years? So you weren't in DOC?
I mean, if I'm on the street, that's where I'm at.
Okay, when were you released from DOC?
Yeah. April last year.
April of 2017?
17.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Not currently. I'm a mechanic. Usually I just wreck my car and stuff.
All right, count number 1, the bond's going to be $20,000. Count number 2, the bond's going to be $20,000. Count number 3, the bond's going to be $4,000. And then the last one will be $2,000, doubling the bonds. We'll see you back to court on August 21st at 9 o'clock. You're going to hire that private attorney.
What's my total bond, ma'am?
$46,000.
46,000. All right.
All right.
Your Honor, can we readdress with the Jeremiah outlet? I believe the case on today is misdemeanor charge, but I think you put them all on the circuit court date.
Okay, I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay, so what's the misdemeanor date? Okay. All right, did we get everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, have a good day.